Good morning. It's Wednesday, August 27th. Welcome to Up to the Minute Live. I'm Dr. Lana Pigal, HCC Northwest Communications Director. And with me this morning is Ms. Sharday Campbell. She is Enrollment Communications and Social Media Manager. Good morning, Sharday.
Good morning, Lana. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day.
Goodness, it's already been such an eventful morning. Well, we are on all social media channels, Facebook,
Yes.
everything. Tell people how they can find us.
Yes. So we are live on Houston Community College's district Facebook page, not the HCC Facebook pages. We have multiple locations, so make sure you look for district. And on YouTube, we're also available to watch on playback on X, LinkedIn, and HCCTV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Yes, and today we are talking to former HCC student who is a real-life CSI staffer, Dan Matteo. He will be with us in a few minutes. He is a former HCC student and is an adjunct instructor at the University of Alabama, Birmingham and Samford. So Sharday will be right with him, but first we're continuing with our presidential welcome as students return to class. So this morning we are with the Northwest College president, Dr. Zachary Hodges. Good morning, Dr. Hodges.
Good morning, Lana. Nice to see you. And
you always look so dapper.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So I am always so proud of Northwest. I always tell people we set the standard. And our enrollment, we're always doing so well in enrollment. How are the enrollment numbers so far?
You know, all of our campuses are up, I think across the board, 15%, which is, just inspiring and energizing. And the best part of that is seeing all these new students and returning students back on campus for the fall. My year starts in the fall semester, so finish one year and now we're into this academic year, and it's exciting. It's kind of like NCAA football, it's time to get serious and have fun.
Yeah, we had some meetings out at Katy and Spring Branch, and some of the, at A-Leaf, and some of the comments were, wow, there's a lot of students on campus. Yeah. So I think we're doing really well.
Yeah, and they're so engaged. I'm proud of our campus and the way they're set up to really maximize that student experience. We have tutoring, we have their advisors, we have mentoring, we have exploration activities through our maker spaces, and lots of room for students to engage each other, also do their work on campus. And it's just, my favorite thing is to walk through the campus and see our faculty and staff making a difference in students' lives.
Oh, absolutely. So as you said, fall is the beginning of the academic school year for HCC. So what does it look like for Northwest this fall?
Well, I think, we are seeing students in new programs. We are excited about our Katy campus being across the street from the University of Houston West location. And students are interested in that starting Katy, finishing Katy, go through 2 years at the community college, Houston Community College, Houston City College. I'm going to have to get retrained. So excited about our new name, Houston City College. Then transfer over to the University of Houston at Katy. So excited about Katy. Also excited about the burgeoning enrollment in our Texas A&M Engineering Academy here at the Spring Branch campus, where I'm located right now. And, that's a joint enrollment program with Texas A&M University. And then at our A-Leaf campus, we had a great town hall meeting yesterday at our A-Leaf campus in our West Houston Institute. Students are going back and forth, learning the feel of that's our major campus, the feel of the campus, finding their classrooms, and then getting ready to join our clubs and participate in all our activities.
Yeah, there's so much activity going on. So what is new at the college this year?
I think what's new is a focus on project-based learning by our faculty. How are we using artificial intelligence in new ways? We're excited, we're real excited. I'm excited about our partnership with industry around semiconductor and microchip instruction. We're in the Semiconductor Education Alliance internationally, only one of the very, very few community colleges that are capable of being in that alliance. So really happy about that. What I'm really happy about is all of our connections in cooperation with our digital information COE, all of our networks in the major technology companies. So HCC's positioned to really embrace that industry in new ways as it develops jobs here in the Houston area. And those companies are coming this way. We have talked to industry and they say, we're coming to Houston and HCC is going to be our choice for the institution to work with us.
Yeah, that's very exciting. And I think that we're preparing our students really well to enter industry. So do you have any advice for our new students? We do have a crop of first-time in college students.
HCC is really focused on STEM education, science, technology, education, and mathematics. And so it's a difficult subject. That's a difficult pathway, and we want to help students as much as possible be successful in that pathway. But then as far as our right brain, we are also the COE for media, visual, and performing arts. So we have dance, drama, music, art. So we're a comprehensive college here at Houston City College, very, very committed to serving our local communities. Each of our campuses, Katy, Spring Branch, Alief, are a little bit different, but have a lot to offer our students.
So Dr. Hodges, you just celebrated 30 years as president at HCC. You're coming up on your 50th year at HCC. And a lot of folks talk about your leadership. It's always a leader who really sets the tone for the college. Can you tell us about your leadership style very quickly?
It's just my job is interesting. I'm a naturally a curious person who is interested in moving the needle on student engagement, community service, so forth. And I think I've conveyed that to our culture at the institution, our faculty and our staff that are also curious and interested in moving the needle for our students. So we have the kind of culture where people have their own passion, they thrive, they do great work, they have the freedom to do that work. And then we're just all in this together. And guess what? We have an amazing product to offer our students.
Yeah, a lot of folks didn't know this, but I was asked twice to lead the communications offices at 2 other colleges. And I said, not as long as Dr. Hodges is at Northwest. I will remain at Northwest. So give me a call when he retires, because I just love Northwest.
2050, I'm retiring in 2050.
I'll probably be retiring then too. Well, thank you, Dr. Hodges. It's always a pleasure to speak with you. Dr. Hodges he's the president of HCC Northwest. And Dr. Hodges, we will have some information in our post after the show.
Wonderful. Thank you. And always enjoy it.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
And after a quick commercial break, Sharday will be back to talk to a former student.
Why wait on your dream job? At Houston Community College, tuition is only $33 per credit hour, with flexible schedules, over 100 programs, and campuses across Houston. HCC makes it easy and affordable. Your future for less. Houston Community College. Move your future forward.
Poison Help is a free 24/7 hotline that answers all of your poison questions in over 100 languages.
Hello?
Hello? When poison happens, we're here for you. Just call Poison Help. 1-800-222-1222.
Dear Santa, my mom says I'm a good helper, but you didn't come last year. I just really hope this year when I wake up, I'm gonna see that you came to my house too.
Donate today.
All right, welcome back. We're moving on to a really good student success story. I wanted to welcome to the show Dan Matteo, who's a former HCC student and adjunct instructor at University of Alabama, Birmingham, and Samford University. Welcome to the show, Dan.
Hello, good to be here.
And you were referred to us by the other Dan, who serves as one of HCCTV co-host Daniel Scholes, who said you were a forensic scientist, but started off at HCC and thought this is the type of story that our community and our students need to hear. And so, you know, I am a crime drama fanatic. That is my genre. And I think when we watch these shows, we really think that the tech genius inside the lab resolves all the crimes in an hour with absolute genius. But there's so much work and training that goes into that.
There really is. And I'm just glad I started at HCC with my journey to become a forensic scientist. So yeah, there's a lot of people involved, from police all the way to the scientists, and then of course medical examiners, and there's also side personnel that help everybody come to hopefully a good conclusion.
Yeah, and I love that you're saying this, because you can think broadly around criminal justice. And a lot of our students, we have criminal justice pathways here at HCC, but many may not realize all those pathways that are available to them because of that specialty. So what made you choose HCC after high school?
Yeah, I got my driver's license at 18, so I was kind of late into the game, and I did not want to drive all the way to another university. So I don't think I was mature enough to really handle leaving the house. So what I did is, there was HCC was right by my house, about a half a mile away. So I go, let me try going to HCC, see how that works, because I was really kind of nervous about going to college, being an 18-year-old. So I go, let me try this to see if it works. And it was great. I thought it was awesome. I love the teachers. The cost was very nice, and it was just so close to the house. So I was able to live at home, go to HCC, do my work, and then slowly progress to become hopefully a more mature person. Then later on, I would transfer to another university.
And a lot of students have the same pathway, same story as you. For whatever reason, they know they need to do their first 2 years close to home and then do those other 2 years at a university. So we have a lot of students on that transfer pathway, that 2-year pathway to a 4-year degree. During your time at HCC, what surprised you the most? Because I think a lot of people come in with some preconceived notions about what community college is and what it offers and what you expect to experience.
Yeah, what surprised me was, first, the teachers are great. They knew their subject matter. So that made me feel really good about starting off at a community college, because some people think you're not going to get a good education, but I got a great education. I loved it. And then, of course, about a year later, I saw students that failed out of the university and came back to HCC. And that was really surprising me, because it's like, hey, what are you doing here? I go, I've been here, but what are you doing here? And they're like, well, I failed out because I was just not mature enough to handle going to college. So I think going to community college is one of those great things that gives you a little bit of that latitude. You're able to do things on your own, but yet you are still at home and maturing. And that's, I think, what helps a lot of people. By the time you get out of community college, you are much more mature in handling your life. And therefore, now you can be more successful going to college or university somewhere further away.
And you're so right. So, and for a lot of reasons, there may be reasons you need to stay close to home, but in addition to what you learn in a classroom, you learn that executive functioning. You learn how to juggle all of those assignments and maybe taking on work. It gives you the space, to your point, grow. And during your time, you grew here. And then it's my understanding you were able to, with that license, finally drive to another city and choose another university. Where did you end up after you at HCC?
After HCC, I went to the University of North Texas, so about 5 hours away, up in Denton, Texas. And that's where I started in criminal justice. And then by the time I learned a little bit more about the career, I figured out that I had to go to pre-med or chemistry route to become a forensic scientist. So one of the classes that I took there was forensic anthropology, and there the professor said, you know what, criminal justice majors are good, but you need to learn more science. So I switched from criminal justice to science to become a forensic scientist. And that was obviously a great choice that I did, because then that led me on to learn more about forensic science, and then even to graduate school, where I went to the University of Alabama at Birmingham. So I had to move all the way from Texas to Alabama to get my master's degree in forensic science. And that was just a great pathway to becoming a professional eventually.
And for those who are listening, students who are listening and wondering, what does that journey look like to forensic science? I'm glad that you really laid out not only what you had to make the shift academically to do that, but also they're looking for those opportunities in different places so that you can have the training that you need. So you ended up in Alabama. Did you start your career in forensic science in Alabama?
I did. I joined the state crime lab, and that's where I became a drug chemist. And that's where you would analyze liquids and pills and powders to see if there is a presence of controlled substances. So I learned many great techniques there. You're essentially an analytical chemist. And so that's what I mostly learned. And then, of course, on the side, we also do crime scene investigations. And that's where most people get excited about. But usually forensic scientists don't go to crime scenes all the time. It was just unique that in Alabama, we got to go to crime scenes because they're very complicated and technical. So sometimes you do need a forensic scientist at a crime scene to give you that edge, especially back in the older days when it was very, very technical to document things.
Yeah, I mean, what you're sharing, I don't think people realize that we're talking early 1990s when DNA really started being used as a part of cases to prove innocence or prove someone guilty. So this is really a lot of the work in forensic science is still in its infancy.
You're right. Yes. Back when we started, the techniques were so different than what today is. Today, you need just a trace amount of DNA or blood at a scene. Back in the old days, you needed a lot more to be able to have enough to amplify the DNA to get a good profile. But again, as we learn more and more, police agencies are now very capable of working any crime scenes. So really, forensic scientists are not needed that much, unless it's something very, very technical. But right now, it's just a great time to be a forensic scientist with all the great techniques and opportunities out there.
And now you're taking those techniques that you learned in the field and also sowing the seed that sounds like got sown into you. You were so passionate when you were talking about your education experience and how your teachers poured into you. So how has your experience been moving from the field into the classroom?
Yeah, so as when I was a forensic scientist, I was able to go and teach at the university a little bit as an adjunct. And now that I'm retired, I teach full-time essentially as an adjunct. And I was able to bring those techniques to the classroom so students can learn now how to do those techniques and become a great forensic scientist or a crime scene investigator. So I've always had a passion to teach students, and I'm always excited to be at the university and teaching those young minds how to become a real forensic scientist or a crime scene investigator.
And it's my understanding that it was a high demand. The class that you had this semester, was it this past semester? It filled up on the first day of registration. So I work in enrollment. That is no small feat. Shout out to you creating the opportunity for students to get that type of curriculum and insight that they need.
Right. I introduced the class to Samford University, and again, within the first day, I think I had 17 students, and it filled up by the second day, I think we had the 20 students that we needed. So it was very exciting to know that there's students out there from all sorts of fields, from lawyers to biologists to chemists. They all took my class to learn a little bit about forensic science, and I had about 2 students actually wanting to become maybe a forensic pathologist or a forensic scientist. So some majors got switched. So sorry about that, but it's a great career to be a forensic scientist. It really is.
It is. I want to thank you, Dan. We have enjoyed learning so much about your journey that started right here at HCC. If you're tuning in, we've been talking to Dan Matteo, who is a former HCC student and adjunct instructor at the University of Alabama, Birmingham, and Samford University. We'll have information about him posted after the show. And after a commercial break, Lana and I will return with news and announcements.
¿Por qué esperar para el trabajo de tus sueños? En Houston Community College, la colegiatura es de solo $33 por hora de crédito. Con horarios flexibles y campus en todo Houston, inscribirse en HCC es fácil y accesible. Houston Community College.
When a child is sick, there's one thing they need: a really big cookie.
Welcome to our HCC.
We're not big on poking sticks and beeping machines, but we're the best at playing dress up. We think the Tooth Fairy should travel everywhere, and while hospitals have doctors and nurses, we have mom and dad. Because at Ronald McDonald House Charities, we help families feel at home, even when they can't be.
Our individual voices are powerful, but not everything has a voice. Let us be a voice to the voiceless. It's time to speak up for nature.
Well, welcome back. It is time for news and announcement. So today it's tech interviews. HCC's drama department is hosting an open call for spring productions at Central, Spring Branch, and Stafford campuses. And that is today, Wednesday, August 27th at the Stafford Fine Arts Center. So check out our post after the show for more information. And Sade, it is Professional Photo Day.
It is, and it is a good opportunity for our former HCC students. Our Alumni Association is hosting the Picture Me at HCC Professional Photo Day, and it's a chance for alumni and students to receive free portraits to update their profiles on LinkedIn and on our Eagle Network. They can also pick up HCC alumni swag and learn about HCC's programs and get some snacks. It is happening all day today, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. at our district building at 3100 Main. Come join Lana and us. We're going to be taking post live shots. I don't know.
Something.
Something.
I'm just there for the snacks. I don't know about y'all.
I could get, and I'm there for the swag. We're going to take full advantage of it.
Totally. So we have dance performances coming up. The African dance event, choreographed and performed by HCC faculty member Julie Bata, is in partnership with City of Houston and the Houston Arts Alliance. And that is at 7:30 Friday, September 12th at the HCC Central Mirror Stage. Check out our post after the show for more information. And there's more arts and exhibits coming up.
Yeah, we have an art exhibition and reception coming up at our Northline campus. Our Northline faculty member is presenting the Evolutionary Variant, a one-person exhibit by Douglas Blanco Ruiz, who explores how art grows from a quantum perspective with variations emerging through the process. The exhibition will be live through October 24th at the HCC Northline Gallery, and the artist reception is Tuesday, September 16th at 11:30 a.m. Details will be posted after the show.
And remember, coming up for Labor Day, there will be no Up to the Minute since all HCC campuses and offices will be closed for the upcoming holiday. Up to the Minute will not air, but catch the best of episodes that will be running on HCCTV at its regular scheduled time of noon, 5 and 10 p.m. So remember, Labor Day holiday, Monday, September 1st, no Up to the Minute. We'll return Tuesday, September 2nd. So enjoy your holiday. And guess what? You can still register for courses.
Yes, enjoy that holiday, but don't take it off your to-do list to get registered for fall. There's still time if you haven't done so already. We have our second start session, which is a 12-week session. Our regular term session is 16 weeks. Our second start is 12 weeks. We also have 8-week sessions and 4-week sessions available. So when we say there are multiple start dates, that's what we mean. These courses are offered online, in person, and hybrid. And fall is a good opportunity to do what you said you were going to do in 2025. So there's still time. For more information about HCC's programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, visit hccs.edu/apply.
And coming up, we are excited to welcome renowned Houston fashion designer Chloe Dow of Project One Runway fame. She won the whole season in the early years, and she'll discuss her partnership with HCC Fashion Department, as well as her recent scholarships and internships. And we will learn of another HCC law enforcement program when Jackie Henderson visits us. So thank you for joining us. Thank you again, Sade. Always great to see you. And
Yes.
we will see you all next time.